I just came from work and I'm just having this craving for a Filipino food since I'm a Filipino. So today I'm going to prepare nilagang baboy, or some called it sour pork soup, something like that. So as you can see, I have some pork in here, slices of pork, and be sure that it has some fat in it, because what happens if it doesn't have fat, it's like kind of dry. And then we also have this yam. It's called edoes or something, but it's from the yam family, and some lemon for the tartness, and some fish sauce and salt. And then we have some onion and garlic, and as you notice, I just crushed the garlic and left the peeling, because when you saute it creates this very garlicky aroma. And then I have some vegetable for it too. So first thing first is I already boiled some water, and after boiling water I have to blanch it. The reason being of blanching it is there's this certain odor of the pork, and we want to take that off because we don't want that odor, right? So first is blanch it. Just wait it till, you know, several seconds, just to take off that slimy texture. After which is I have to put this one in here so that it will already heat up while I'm draining my pork. So after draining it, I just have to put it back here. Then taking some little bit of cooking oil. I do not measure, that's the thing with me. I just check it out. So just put a little bit of oil, cooking oil, maybe one tablespoon of cooking oil. Then just wait for it. And then while I'm doing that, I would be heating up my water, because I would use it for my soup, right? So while I'm sauteing it, I'm heating up water for my soup. So just waiting it like that. So Filipino food basically is, we have some Spanish touch on it, lots of saute, because we had been colonized by Spanish people. Chinese people came to Indonesia, that's why we use fish sauce. So it's a combination of different ethnicities, so different flavors. And while waiting for that, so I just tested by putting my hands on top of the pot, and when I felt like it's kind of hot enough, I first put my garlic. So as you can see, I left the skin because it creates that very garlicky aroma. That's the secret. I learned that from my grandmother. My grandmother is one of the best cooks in town before, when it's just so sad that she's already not here, but it's good that I learned her cooking skills, I should say. So just saute that, just brown it. And as you can see, when it's brown enough like this, so you just judge it by how it looks like, right? When you started to smell the garlic aroma, that means it's ready. So I now put my pork in here. So it's starting to smell good actually. Just the garlic itself, it smells good and awesome. And then don't forget to put a little bit of fish sauce. You know, it adds the flavor. It doesn't need to be a certain fish sauce. You can use Thai sauce, Thai fish sauce. You also have Filipino fish sauce. Doesn't make a difference though. It's all the same. So just gives it maybe a teaspoon of fish sauce. We call it patis in the Philippines. The reason being of doing this is so that it will absorb the flavor. The pork will absorb the fish sauce flavor. So just do like that. And while I'm doing that, I have to prepare my pot for the soup. Like that. So while waiting for that, I will already heat this up. While I'm doing this, I just want to tell you something. I have already been here in Canada for almost 4 years, and it's really hard for me to adapt the Canadian food. I still have this craving every time, you know. There's nothing, every time I smell the fish sauce, those similar smells, it really reminds me of home. So this is almost ready, but you have to wait, right? For this, just put maybe see, I just measure it here. I just fill this up, and this pot says it's 1.7 liters, so I think I'll put 1.7 liters. And it looks like 1.7 liters is not enough, so I would be boiling again. The reason being of boiling it using this electric pot is it boils faster rather than there. So it's one thing I learned from Canadian living. Canadian living, everything is, you know, quick, fast. So it's like double time for everything. We do not have the luxury to we do not have the luxury of time, right? So when you're sauteing like this, as you can see, if you would see this pork piece, it's already had this brown color. That means it's almost ready, right? Oh, I'm so excited for my pork soup or sinigang, or some people call it like nilagang baboy, some call it sinigang. The difference between the two is almost the same. The only difference is when we say sinigang, that means sour pork soup. We put the lemon. But when we say nilaga, same ingredients except the lemon, right? After doing this, almost like it's ready already. So what I would do is that I'll just move my water in here. I'm still waiting for that. And while I'm still waiting for that, it's already okay for me to just put my pork in here. So I'll just put my pork. Like that. After putting my pork, and then I have to put the yam, or they call it edoes or something in here. In the Philippines they call it like gabi. In Ilocano it's gabi. See, it's like the family of yam. So we just put in here, right? And then your peppercorn, don't crush it. Just like that. Just have to put the peppercorn. Maybe tablespoon again. Put that here. And then your onion. You do not need to slice your onion. You just have to just quarter, you know, for quarterly cut it. For cut. So just put in there. And then we could wait for the lemon later when it's almost done already. So it is already simmering. As you can see, simmer, simmer. And then now, when this water would boil, I would add this up in there. So maybe when you're trying to gauge it, maybe 3/4 of the pot, just fill it up with water. So almost done. You know what? I think we need more fish sauce. So based from the way it looks, so I think I would add a little bit, maybe a teaspoon of fish sauce again. So a teaspoon of fish sauce. So we're done with the fish sauce. I have to keep it, otherwise I will keep pouring it. I'm trying to, sometimes I'm OCD with fish sauce. So put it there. Almost ready. So it keeps boiling and boiling. And then I think in just several seconds. So while waiting for that, I just want to share something. So I'm already here in Canada for 4 years. I already told you that. I came here as a live-in caregiver, but I used to be a teacher back home. Yeah, I have to, you know, sometimes you just have some decisions for the future. And I'm happy that after 3 years, I was done with my live-in caregiver program. And then now I'm working as a facilitator, some sort of, we go to schools and we deliver the program. I could say that giving up my profession back home as a teacher, that was so difficult, you know, from a white-collar job, then you work as a nanny. It's kind of difficult, but I do not have any regrets because I learned a lot from that job. I learned to be patient. I learned to be thankful of what I have. I learned to give back, right? So, okay, so much drama. Then now, it's already boiling. Come on, give it up. So, I always say so. Please excuse me if I always say so. And then I have to put that like that. So let it boil for maybe an hour. Okay? So while waiting for that, I'll just have some, you know, I'll check my Facebook maybe. So we just cover this, let it boil for an hour, and then after an hour, then check the pork. If the pork is already soft, then we have to put the vegetable. After putting the vegetable, then we will put the lemon, and then dinner is ready.